how long are you going to wait until you demand the best from yourself? What is going on? Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Risen Fallen Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Henriksen. And if you're brand new to this show, what you can expect is open and authentic conversations about things like mental health, self-development, and how to get your life moving in the right direction, whether you're at the place you want to be right now in your life or not. At least having the confidence that you are moving in the right direction and getting closer to where you want to be. And if you are not new to this show, if you're a returning listener, if you're a returning viewer, or a returning guest, whatever it is, thank you very much for coming back and supporting the show, supporting the journey, and supporting the movement of strengthening yourself up, making yourself 1% better every single day, and along the way, lifting others up as well and helping them get closer towards the life that they want to live as well. So whether you're brand new to this show or not, you are the reason that I do what I do. So happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well. And let's get into the show. Before we jump into this, I want to take a second just to focus up, to ground ourselves, to take a breath, to take a sip of whatever drink you got in front of you right now, just to kind of get ourselves moving in a productive mindset and just to get focused up and just maybe a little reminder to hydrate up as well. So let's take a second right now. I'm going to take a sip of my water. I usually drink coffee, but today I got water. Let's take a sip together and just take a breath. Maybe if you don't have a drink, just take a breath and to focus on becoming your best self as we move closer towards the weekend, you beautiful human beings. All right, that is a great sip of water I just took. It is Thursday today. It's Thursday, baby, the Friday to Friday. I hope you're doing well. It is getting hot here in Vancouver, which I love. We're getting closer to the end of May here, so I hope you're doing well. I hope that your May is going well. It's a good month so far. You know, we had a little bit of rain, but not too much here in Vancouver. It's been pretty hot, which is nice. I love this hot weather. I'm dressing a little bit more appropriate for the weather because it is hot in here. Our AC does not get into my office here, which sucks, but it is what it is. It's one of the hottest rooms in the house right here because I got two big windows here and the sun just shines in here all day and just heats this room up. So I am sweating like a pig. But I wanted to jump in here and record a little episode for you guys and just be able to chat with you before the weekend, before we roll into the episode on Monday, and just kind of let you know that no matter what it is you're going through right now, you know, you're not alone and life is going to get better. Whatever it is that you're going through right now, you know, it's not a mistake. The fact that you came upon this challenge, whatever you're facing right now, is not a mistake. It is here for a reason, and it's here to sharpen your mindset and your skills and your abilities and maybe just make you a tougher person, maybe make you a smarter person, maybe make you a more patient person. It is a challenge that was given to you on purpose. And I know that sometimes it can feel like these things are mistakes or, you know, just bad luck or, you know, you can chop it up however you like, but I think the most productive way to look at it is that, you know, whatever it is you're going through that challenges you right now, that you're facing, that seems unfair, that seems like no one else has to deal with, or maybe you feel like you had too much on your plate already and now life just keeps piling up more and more stuff on top of you. You know, it's for a reason, and you're being made into a better person because of it. And I know that can seem like a shitty statement to make because you're thinking, well, this sucks. This isn't fair. This fucking sucks. And, you know, to have somebody say that it's a good reason, a good thing for someone to say that it's a good thing that you're going through whatever you're going through right now can feel like an unfair statement. But I just wanted to remind you that whatever it is that you're going through, you are becoming a better person because of it. And so to look at it as a blessing instead of a curse. And anyways, I just wanted to jump in and share a couple of quotes before we get into this weekend here, and just a couple of quotes that kind of, resonate a lot with me. You maybe heard them before, maybe you even heard them before on this podcast, but I just wanted to share these quotes as we move into the weekend to give you the right mindset, give you the right motivation, give you the right feelings, and put your head in the right direction going into this weekend. And, maybe it'll help focus you up for those of you that are out there that, maybe don't get the time to read good books and get some good information in your head. Hopefully this is your opportunity to get some of that right now. While you're driving, maybe while you're doing laundry, maybe while you're meal prepping, maybe while you're working out, or whenever you listen to podcasts or watch this, I guess, if you're on the YouTube channel. But I just wanted to share these quotes. So the first one is an Epictetus quote. He says, "First say to yourself what you want to be and then do what you have to do." Pretty plain and simple. And I've talked about this before. I've talked about, kind of making a roadmap for yourself, so to say, or just kind of a list of things that you would like in your life. Whether you make yourself a little checklist of every single thing in the nitty gritty of, what you want to do with your time, how you make your money, what you do for hobbies, how your hair looks, what your haircut looks like, the kind of clothes you wear, the kind of, pastimes that you have, the type of people that you hang out with, where you live. Is it a condo? Is it a house? Is it an apartment? Is it a rancher? Do you live in like the suburbs? Do you live in the city? Do you you can break this down into every single nitty gritty thing, but to seriously think about what you want your life to look like, and see how close you are to that right now, and see what you're going to have to change for you to get closer to that as well. To think about, how far off are you from your actual dream life? This is something that, I did a while back. I wrote down, and I do this periodically throughout the year. I just kind of think about, where I want my life to end up. What kinds of things would I require to be happy? Those types of ideals. And I write those things down in my journal. I do that every few months just to kind of see where I'm at and what kinds of desires I have. But really, sometimes it's funny because the last time I did this, I broke it down, and a lot of the things that I desired to have in my quote unquote dream life, I already have a lot of those things, or I'm pretty close to achieving them. And this can actually bring you some peace. Whether you're close to your dream or not, because if you are, then it's kind of like, oh, I'm kind of living the dream already. And that's kind of a saying that a lot of people say sarcastically, but maybe you're not close to that right now, and it can give you peace because you know what you need to change in your life. It gives you a blueprint. That's why I said earlier, like a roadmap, so to speak, because it kind of tells you the direction you need to change. Maybe you have your dream job. Maybe you have your dream partner. Maybe you have, like 5 out of the 6 things that you want. And you're like, oh, I just have to change this one thing. Well, how can I do that? Or maybe you're not even close. Maybe you have like 1 out of the 6 things, or 1 out of the 20 things, or 30 things, whatever requirements you have. I would recommend trying to, write down as many things as possible and then break down the essentials. But maybe you got nothing. Maybe you got none of the things that you're looking for to have your dream life. And it can be a real alarming thing to realize. But then oh shit, I got to make some huge changes in my life. And kind of start with the easiest thing to change possible and work your way up from there. It can kind of just give you some peace of mind and know what you need to work on. And that kind of leads me into the next quote here. I'm going to read this for you. This is a Marcus Aurelius quote. He says, "Think of the life you have lived up until now as over and as a dead man. See what's left as a bonus and live it according to nature. Love the hand that fate deals you and play it as your own. What can be more fitting? And so, like I said, you can look at where you're at in your life right now, or you can look at the dream life that you just wrote down, the roadmap that you've made, and you think of, as you woke up today or as you go to bed today, you can think of this tomorrow. You think of this day as a brand new life, as if everything that you've done up until now, all your mistakes, all your things you feel shame for, all the things you feel guilt for, all the things that really fucked you up and sent you down the wrong path, to lead you to wherever you're at right now that makes you unhappy. Think of that person that made all those decisions, that that acquired all that trauma, that fucked all those people over, that told lies, that made mistakes, that wasted money, that, think of that person as dead. And think of yourself now as the person, like the main character in a movie. Think of yourself as the author of your story, and you take that roadmap that you wrote down earlier about your dream life, or maybe the list that you're going to make later, and think of yourself as the person that's working towards that. The old you's dead. You woke up this morning and you were born a new you. And you have the choice today to, make decisions that are going to get you closer to that dream life that you want to live. I feel like a lot of us, as we live, we feel like more and more doors close on us. But realistically, we have the opportunity every single day to fucking build our own doors. And so he also says in this quote, love the hand that fate deals you and play it as your own. And what I get from that is really just like, you can look at the world and say, all these things happen to me, all these challenges happen to me, all these unfortunate events happen to me. And you can say, well, this is the hand that fate dealt me, the cards that fate dealt me. But at the end of the day as well, you that's your hand. That's your life. That's your opportunities. And when I say opportunities, I mean that all of those things, and this is kind of what I was saying in the very beginning, all of those things you're going through that you fucking hate that you're going through, those mistakes that you've made, or those unfortunate events that have happened to you, each one of those is an opportunity to become a better person. And so that's what I believe he's talking about when he says to play that hand as your own. Because what could be more fitting, he says. What could be more fitting? And it's your life. And so for you to live and to make those changes in your life and to live your life, what could be more fitting than you living your own life? Not in denial of these things, not living as if they never happened, but to own it and understand that I'm the person that can move forward from this. I'm the person that can develop from this. I'm the person that's going to become a stronger person because of this event. And that leads me to the very last quote. It's an Epictetus quote as well. It's a kind of a long monologue that he has, but the short version, the short and sweet version of this quote is, how long are you going to wait until you demand the best from yourself? And I think that a lot of us, we kind of procrastinate. We kind of say, oh, I'm in a bad spot in my life right now. I'm in a tough spot right now. And tomorrow I'm going to start this thing. Tomorrow I'm going to write down this list that Mark's talking about in this podcast episode. Tomorrow I'm going to visualize my dream life and what requirements I would have to be happy and to feel satisfied, to feel grateful. I'm going to write that shit down tomorrow. I'm going to start working on it next week. I'm going to start doing this thing that I've told myself I'm going to do next week for 52 weeks now. I'm going to do that thing next week or next month, or once I pay off these bills, or once I do this, or once I do that, or once my relationship's in a good position, or once I live in this place, or once I do this. We keep putting these things off, assuming that future us is going to have more time, more energy, more strength, more money. It's this blind optimism that a future us is going to be more capable of doing the thing that we've been putting off to do. And maybe you're right. Maybe your future you is going to be more capable, more adept at doing these things. But what if you're wrong? What if future you has less time? What if future you has less funds? What if future you has less energy? What if future you has less opportunities at hand? Wouldn't you have felt better knowing that you took advantage of the time when you had the opportunity to take advantage of it? This very well could be your last day on earth. And I'm not trying to get this in a weird, sick, twisted mindset. We're obviously moving closer and closer to the weekend. It's Thursday, baby. It's the Friday to Friday, but this could be your last day on earth today. And wouldn't you, when you go to the pearly gates of heaven, want to be able to say honestly to your Creator that on your very last day, you spent every waking breath that you had working towards what could have made your life better? Impact, nobody's going to remember how much money you had in the bank when you go. Nobody's going to remember, how many hours you spent grinding. Nobody's going to remember how many cheat meals you avoided or how many times you stayed disciplined to your routine. Nobody's going to remember any of that shit. What they're going to remember and what you're going to remember are two different things. What they're going to remember is how you impacted them, how you impacted your community, how you impacted the people around you, and how you made them feel. And what you're going to reflect on your last day as it ends, and you're just kind of grasping for your last breath, you're going to think back and you're going to think of all the things that you wish that you could have executed on, the things that you wish you could have done, the time that you spent with your friends and family. And so, as it relates to this quote, how long are you going to wait until you demand the best for yourself? Think about what that is. What would make you satisfied on your dying day? Because this very well could be your last day. And to try to live accordingly to that. I know I don't want to leave this life with the people that I have around me that I love, my loved ones. I don't want to leave this life on bad terms with them. I want them to not feel like, I was angry at them, and I don't want them to be angry with me. And though I don't think that you can control the emotions of other people, I think that you can control your reactions to them. And that's something that I'm trying to remind myself of as often as I possibly can, because, we're all human, and I think that we all deserve grace. And if you want to receive something, you usually have to give it as well. And so if this is your last day, how many situations will you have today that will piss you off, that will make you feel impatient, that will make you feel angry or agitated or ungrateful, and think, why do I have to deal with this? Why do I have to deal with that? Why do I have to take this shit from this person? Why is this person that I love talking to me this way? And if it's just a regular, everyday kind of bullshit thing, maybe you're going to react a certain way, the way that you normally react. But if you knew that it was your last day when you woke up this morning, if you knew it was your last day, how different would you behave? How different would you act when someone approached you and sparked up an argument or brought up some shit from the past or nagged you or, when they act in their own character defects, how differently would you behave knowing that it was your last day? My assumption is that you'd probably act with a little bit more grace. You'd probably give them a bit more grace. You maybe you wouldn't laugh in their face, but maybe in your head you'd laugh a little bit and say, wow, they're so passionate about this thing. Or, I just want to cherish this moment. No matter how agitated I feel, I just want to cherish every single moment that I spend with this person. Maybe you don't come across any people that you love today, unfortunately. Maybe you come across just challenges at work. in your job. How different are you going to treat these challenges that you face, knowing it's your last day? When you wake up in your house and you think, oh, I wish I could change all of these things, are you going to think that way on your last day? Or are you going to think, wow, I can't believe I have a roof over my head on my last day. I can't believe I've got food in the fridge. How grateful I am. And all the things that we stress about, all the things that make us agitated, all the things that anger us, that depress us, that make us anxious, that make us feel all these negative emotions. If it was your last day today, would you still bitch about those things? Or would you be grateful that you just woke up today? And think, wow, I get one more shot at this. Wow. Anyways, something to think about. Something I was thinking about today, and my day flew by. My work day flew by. Driving home flew by. Even sitting in traffic, I was just thinking about that. What if this was my last day driving home from work? It's sunny out, windows down, music playing. I was like, wow, this is the dream. And so I hope that you're able to reflect on this and to realize how blessed we are just to be alive and to share this world that we have. So that's all I got for you guys today. It's Thursday today. We're moving closer and closer towards the weekend. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you have some cool plans for this weekend, or maybe that you just get to kick back and relax. It's Mother's Day weekend. So remember to tell the people that you love them. And we're actually having the meetup this weekend. We're going to be going for a big hike that I'm really stoked for. And if you want to get involved in that, you want to come on a hike, reach out to me on Instagram. It's @RisenFallen. We do these mental health hikes, mental health walks, mental health meetups on a weekly basis. The weeks that we don't meet up in person, we have Zoom calls as well. So we're always checking in with each other and just making sure that everyone's doing well. If you want to get involved in that community, reach out to me on Instagram. It's @RisenFallen. If you want to support the community and help pay for some of the events that we do, you can grab a hoodie or a t-shirt. It's at the Risen Fallen website, risenfallen.com. And remember, if you are watching this video on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and share this episode with somebody you know. Now, sometimes it's difficult for us to get these types of messages out for people. So you listening right now or watching this right now, share this episode with somebody. Take the URL, take the link, and just text it to fucking everybody you know and say, hey, you need to listen to this, and you need to like, comment, and subscribe and help this movement spread. And same goes if you're listening to the podcast version of this. Take a second, 10 seconds out of your day to just share this episode. Leave a little review. Leave a 5-star review and a little message. I read every single one of the reviews. And like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, and share the shit out of this, because I think that this is kind of a reminder that everyone needs to hear. So we're going into the weekend now. It's Thursday right now. It's the Friday to Friday. Like I said, we're almost to the weekend, and I hope that you guys are doing well. I will check you on Monday. I love you all, you beautiful human beings. Life can and will get better for you. And if it can't get better, if you're already living a great life right now, just take a moment to reflect on that and understand that you are living the dream, baby. Okay, well, on that note, much love and peace out. I'll check you on Monday. Bye.